Hi everyone, it's Tawny. It has been, like 2 weeks since I last did an anti-haul slash will I buy, won't I buy kind of a video, and I've seen some new makeup being put out, so I wanted to talk about it. The first product we're going to talk about is from Dragun Beauty, and I'm not a fan of Nikita Dragun. I have never really liked her, just never really been a fan of like her style of videos, the way she does her makeup, just never really liked her as a person. And after everything that's happened because of the pandemic and what she has done within the pandemic, I don't want to support her even more. But she's come out with the Fantasy eyeshadow palette. It says volume 3 and it has 5 shades. One of them is a like very dark black, and then there are 2 whites and 2 pinks, or at least like whitish looking colors. And upon first glance, I really like the way the eyeshadow palette looks. It like grabs my attention. I really gravitate towards something like that. I really like the shade pink, so that's kind of why I want something like that. But I know ColourPop is coming out with a collection, which we're going to talk about here in this video also. So I'd rather support them whenever I know that it's going to cost a lot less, it's going to be better quality, and I won't have to support someone so problematic. So I'm going to definitely pass on this. And there's also 3 lip glosses, which I like the shape of those lip glosses, but I keep mine standing and they won't stand. So like I wasn't already going to buy them anyway, but that's kind of how I feel about that. The next one is the Filter Effect Soft Focus Foundation by Morphe. Now they're coming out with a new sponge and a new brush in this collection, which I don't buy sponges, brushes, anything like that from Morphe anymore. What I have is what I have, and after that I'm just going to start buying from e.l.f. and Essence and brands that are cheaper and better and like not so disgusting of a brand, if you know what I mean. But I was a little intrigued about this foundation because it says soft focus, and I feel like that could have like the potential to be a really nice foundation. Like I know NARS has a soft focus kind of a thing, and it's like one of their best-selling foundations. So it's something I'm definitely interested in, but not for Morphe. Like I definitely won't be buying this. I'm interested to see what people's thoughts are on this foundation and how they feel about it, but it's definitely not something I'm going to be picking up. And it's $20, which I feel like is kind of expensive for Morphe, but I feel like Morphe's trying to push things a little bit, and they know that like they're getting a lot less people buying stuff, so they need to raise the prices so they can keep making their money. The next product I want to talk about is from, I believe it is Colored Rain, and they're coming out with bronzers and concealers. And I know they have some brushes, but I'm not really interested in that. I really like how their concealers are coming out with shade names. I think that's really cool and very different. My only concern, and I'm not sure if Colored Rain is a Black-owned beauty brand, but there's like one light shade and then the rest are medium to dark, which if it's gravitating towards the darker shade, like the darker skin tones, like have at it. You know, you do what you need to get done. Like if it's being more inclusive for people who don't always have the opportunity to buy makeup or find a concealer in their shade, like I'm all here for that. But I was interested in this until I realized there was one shade, and I don't know if it will work for me. It looks kind of like a brightener, so I'm thinking it's either going to match my skin tone or it might be a little bit too, like it might not work. It looks like it's more pinky, which I do tend to lean more toward, but mainly in my foundation, not so much with my concealer. But then they also have a few bronzers. It says 6 shades with matte bronzers, and the one shade I saw that I'm going to post the picture up here, it looks pretty dark. I don't know if it's like dark enough as what it needs to be inclusive for those with darker skin tones, but it looks like it's fairly dark. So I'm very interested to see like the rest of those bronzers, but as well as reviews on like how people actually like those, who can make those work, who like this is more geared toward. The next products I want to talk about are from Natasha Denona, and I already know I'm not going to buy this, but this is the new Mini Love collection. Now I really like the 5-pan eyeshadow palette. I feel like it's really pretty. It's something different, but it's very sticking with that whole love Valentine's Day kind of, you know, like what they're going for. I really like the shimmer shade on the far left in that palette, but the rest of it I'm not really interested in, so I'm definitely going to pass on that. The next one is the Dominique Cosmetics This is called the Transition Palette. It's $48, which I feel like is kind of pricey, but that's around her average for her brand. And I think when you're getting all of these shades, it's a pretty good price point for that amount. I really like the way the swatches look for these. I immediately saw this and was like, I'm not sure how I feel about this. It looks a little bland. It doesn't look like it would perform. But whenever I saw the swatches, I saw that it looks like a really nice palette. The colors look like they would blend very well. So I'm very interested to see how people can make this work. It's not something I feel like I need, because I feel like I have these shades over and over again in other palettes and like formulas that I already like know will work. And not saying I don't want to buy this because of the formula, and I know I like the Dominique Cosmetics formula. It's just not something I need, so I'm not going to be picking it up. The next one is the ColourPop Valentine's Day collection. There is a face and body highlighter, a shimmering dry oil, a Fourth Ray Beauty set, a QT Mark heart face stamp, blushes in 3 different shades, and then an eyeshadow palette. And it also has a heart-shaped mirror, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm very intrigued about that. It looks really pretty. I really like the way these eyeshadows look. I'm not sure if I'll be picking them up right now, but maybe at some point. I really like the highlighter, but I don't really care for that formula in that packaging. I've tried to use it before from the Sol brand and didn't really care for it. And then I really like the heart-shaped blushes, but I'm not a big fan about the packaging. It's a little bit too bulky for me, so I think I'm going to pass on that. But at some point I might come back to this collection. Next product is the Urban Decay Naked Wild West palette. It is $49, which isn't bad for Urban Decay, but I feel like it's a little bit much for the way this eyeshadow palette looks. It's not a color scheme I'm at all interested in, not something I see myself picking up, so I'm definitely going to pass on that. The next product I want to talk about is from the new brand Liss Beauty, and they have bronzers, a serum foundation, and some brushes and other things. I was interested in the bronzer because I really like that triangle packaging. It's so weird and different, not something you usually see, and I think it'd be interesting to pick that up. This is going to be sold at Sephora, so that's going to be interesting, and it's Black owned, so I'm definitely very like here for stuff like that. Like, I'd love to see a more in-depth review. And then the last product I want to talk about is the all-inclusive eye, cheek, and face palette from Milani Cosmetics. So they have one for lighter skin tones and one for deeper skin tones. And I'm very interested to see how this would work on the deeper skin tones. It looks deep, but I'm not sure if it's deep enough. Like, I know that Nima Tang here on YouTube would not be able to use the deeper shades, but it looks intriguing. But I'm not one to use face palettes, so I'm definitely going to pass on that. So as of right now, this is all I have to talk about. I hope you guys like this video. Stay tuned for more. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and ring the notification bell down below so you get notified when I upload. Stay tuned for new videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!